A big wingman welcome to the wingman's path to positivity, to raising your vibration and creating a life of your choosing. I welcome you. I thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate you inviting me and all us wingmates in to share a spark of positive energy. Because if there's one thing I've learned on this path, the more of us that share that spark of positive energy, the easier it is for each of us to carry that spark with us and to hold on to it and to share it with our friends and loved ones and families and neighbors and communities. You never know what that spark, one spark of positive energy can do, right? I am coming to you today from Hobart, which is the capital of Tasmania, which is a little island off of and under the rule, part of Australia, right? I'm far from where I was a week ago, I guess it was. We've made it to Bali, and now we've just made it to Tasmania. And I thank you again for being here with me and practicing with me. I know it's a little bit different time zone, but I appreciate you joining me. Today's practice. What is one thing I like about myself today? Today, right? You know, so often I find, I don't know if you ever do this, but maybe you wake up or maybe something goes wrong in your day and you just start berating yourself with some bad language, right? You say you're a loser, you can't do this, you can't do that, you feel terrible, you have yourself a little pity party. And the weight of that negativity, I found the weight of negativity to be so much heavier than the weight of positivity, than the weight of positive energy. And that's why I think it takes so many practices, so much consistency to keep that positive energy going. Because if you don't, what was the saying? I think there was a saying, maybe Abraham Lincoln said, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. You know, you can take that to negative energy. The only thing, necessary for negative energy to triumph is for us not to practice positivity each day. So I go back to this practice I once read about, where you just ask yourself one question, a simple question. What is one thing I like about myself today? Ask it with me right now. Say it out loud to yourself. What is one thing that I like about myself today? Because I found positive energy gets a whole lot of momentum going when you can start getting it going for yourself, right? When you can start feeling positive or saying some positive words to yourself. And I found a very easy way to do that is to just ask myself, and even in the throes of getting my rear end kicked or stomach punched or whatever it is that life happens to do to us every now and again, right? And if you're going through that, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm thrilled that you found your way to the path, because one thing I've learned is when you're on this path, it makes it that much easier to recover from those gut punches, right? Or from getting your rear end kicked, right? And the simple thing is to practice positivity. So say it with me. What is the one thing I like about myself today? Now, I'll tell you, for me, it's real easy. I came up with a great answer. I love the fact that I practice every day. I consistently practice every morning when I wake up. I do a positivity practice, right? I do a practice to make sure I get my mind, my body, my thoughts, my feelings, my vibration moving in a positive direction. I am so thankful that you are able to join me for that. And speaking of that consistency, I know I've been what seems like a little inconsistent because of my travels, right? We flew out to Bali and we were traveling for like 30 hours. And yesterday I didn't get to do video practice. Rest assured that whether I'm videoing a practice or not, that I am doing one. And that is one thing I like about myself today, that I practice positivity every day, right? And speaking of that consistency, I know I've changed, my timing seems to have changed for many of you back in the United States, where of course I've been for the last few, however many months. And for the next few months, my timing is going to be a little bit different as we travel from into different time zones. and I'm going to keep doing them in the morning. If you wake up and you don't see me there for the first thing, you can always just go back through the Wingman's Path, the group, the Wingman's Path to Positivity on Facebook, or just go to my website, thewingmanspath.com, and find a practice for you to do for yourself that day, right? Find a practice that you like and do that day. And maybe you have a practice that you have found that you just love. You can do them days and days and days and days in a row. You know, I've done so many different practices for months on end till it finally sinks into my subconscious sometimes, right? So for me, it's the one thing I like about myself today is the consistency with which I practice bringing positive energy into my life. And I hope you can find one for yourself, right? Well, you can find something you like about yourself. The great thing about this practice is just by asking yourself that little question. Ask it again with me. What is one thing I like about myself today, right? I found that just by asking myself that little question, I start thinking of things I like about myself. And that always, always, always gets my mind moving in a positive direction, and certainly helps me send out a better vibration, because when I'm feeling something that I like about myself, well, I don't have to tell you, or if I do, if it's your first time on the path. By the way, my name is Michael Gross. I'm the lucky guy who gets to be the wingman on the Wingman's Path to Positivity. But what I have found is if you can find one thing that you like, and you can get your mind thinking about things you might like about yourself, even if there's only one, and you can focus on that, well, the one great thing about this universe we live in is it always, always, always matches the vibration you are sending out into the universe. So if you're sending out a vibration that you're not happy with yourself, the universe will certainly send you back more reasons to feel not happy about yourself. But if you can find even just one thing that you like about yourself today, and focus on that, and start sending out that vibration, start getting that feeling going within inside you, or definitely inside your subconscious, the universe will match that and start sending you more reasons to like about yourself, right? How great is that? Say it once more with me. What is one thing I like about myself today? And for me, as I said, I came up with my consistent practicing of bringing positive energy into my life. And I appreciate you helping me bring it into my life and into the lives of all us wingmates, right? Because I have found the more of us that share that positive energy, again, as I said, the easier it is for each of us to hold on to it and keep that momentum going for ourselves, right? So I thank you for joining me today, as I said, from Tasmania, Australia, from Hobart, the capital of Tasmania, where you can see I'm at a little bit of a garden. It's a beautiful city, a beautiful small city. I think there's only like 250,000 people who live in Hobart. Anyway, I thank you so much for joining me today and sharing this moment, this spark of positive energy with me and all us wingmates. And have a wonderful day today, one in which you find something you like about yourself today, and you focus on that and allow yourself the feeling, the vibration of letting that grow and grow and grow, and finding more and more that you love about yourself. I'll see you again tomorrow. Your wingman, Michael, from the Wingman's Path to Positivity here in Tasmania, Australia, signing off.